No, I'm on IMDb.
Oh.
Huh. I wonder if there's probably not Google reviews for this, right?
I have no idea, but they're so fucking funny, dude. They're so good.
If it's a 1 star, that's only half an hour, right?
Only half an hour.
Only half?
But I mean, Avengers was normal movie length, and then they made Endgame, so who knows?
What the fuck are you talking about? He's talking about the length of the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it could be a normal length, or it could be like we do whatever the hell we want, kind of like Avengers did.
There's a Google.
Andrew, how many times have I said this is your podcast?
Yeah.
You have to tell us what we're doing. Yeah. I don't even care if it airs.
No.
I just like fucking around.
This podcast.
This is actually. I just want to hang out with you guys.
This podcast is a democracy. If you vote something, I will take that vote.
I love democracy.
Guys, do you?
You guys are storming my house. Get out! Stop sitting in my chair.
I am the Senate.
Sorry, you quoted Palpatine, and I just literally just went weak kneed.
Larry, why did you bring a Confederate flag in my house?
What? Why not?
He didn't. He brought the former battle flag of the Army of Tennessee.
No.
Larry,
the Ku Klux Klan flag.
Larry, put back that podium.
Oh, no. See, this is a false flag attack. I don't actually believe in this Confederate flag.
Oh, you're an Antifa.
I am an Antifa.
Do you know what so I've got these two dudes at work, and I love riling them up because I'm a real life troll. Do you know what he said to me today? He said, do you know what the woman who's in charge of Antifa said? And I was like, I don't.
I didn't even know there was a woman in charge of Antifa.
Ooh, does she get a badge?
For them. A woman
Votes her in charge.
Huh?
Oh my God.
Do you think it's like a dictatorship, or is it like a revolving committee? You think it's a committee with like a revolving chair? How do you become in charge of Antifa?
So what did he? So you were just asking him all this?
Yeah, I'm just riling him up, and he's like, no. She said that this would be the perfect time to wear their MAGA hats, and I was like, did she? Because that'd be a weird thing to say in public.
That'd be very odd. Interesting.
Why would anyone? Yeah, you know what? Franklin Delano Roosevelt said right before Pearl Harbor, right? This would be a good time to bring out our pretend Japanese Zeros.
Good thing we have all these Japanese Zeros just kind of over here waiting to bomb our own boats.
Great. Even the Japans are taking our Zeros.
Excuse me, the what?
The Japans.
The Japans?
I can say it because I'm close to Japan.
No, you're not. You're in America.
Oh my God! I also found a Screen Rant article that has a bunch of critics poor reviews from the 70s.
That's great.
And I'm gonna have that pulled up for.
Fantastic!
Listeners, you are in for a special treat for the next couple episodes of 1-Star Reviews. This is Andrew Van, voice and host and producer of 1-Star Reviews. Normally, we like to read the reviews of local businesses in Greenville, South Carolina, and bash the trolls, have some fun, flip it around, and talk about why we do like the businesses we normally review. However, in celebration of our co-host and friend, Caleb Wesman, who's going to have the birth of his first baby boy soon, we decided to do the IMDb reviews of Star Wars. So, Caleb, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
congratulations on your upcoming Baby Yoda birth.
I don't know why you're
appreciate that.
Don't know why you're naming the baby after Larry. Weird.
I'm naming my son Sheev Palpatine.
Oh my God, that's my name. My dad was Sheev Palpatine.
Hey, Caleb.
You're a clone?
I'm a clone.
Hey, Caleb, what's your kid's first words?
I am the Senate. I stormed the Senate.
No. Actually, very likely to be very close to their first words.
Here comes
No. I am the Senate. He's going to get that for years and years and years.
He's going to
No.
Here comes the airplane.
Nah.
You will die. Wait, what?
You will die.
Caleb, did our baby shoot lightning out of his hands?
Thank God, I've been trying to train him that for years.
Oh my God.
Finally.
And our other co-host, Larry Simonson.
Right. Hi. Hello. I like the Star Wars.
His dad was the Senate.
My dad is the Senate.
So this
Not yet.
So this started off as a joke, but you know what, folks? If you go on IMDb, there are over 2,000 reviews from people sitting at home on their phone or on their laptop thinking they're important, reviewing on IMDb, and we're here to have fun with that. Who wants to take it away first?
I got a pretty good one. I'll start. So I am reviewing A New Hope. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So Star Wars, the fourth one, but the first one that ever came out, if you are somehow unaware of Star Wars and listening to this.
Oh my God, they're all so good. Where do I start? All right, hold on.
Okay.
This is a real hopeless movie. It's like this kiddish tale of this big bully takes the precious queen, and the little man must guide his fate. Worst special effects yet. I don't blame the time it was made in. The worst story. It could have told how the rebels and empire started. Disagreement, politics, just couldn't get along with each other. Well, you'll find out in a few short weeks, because this came out in 2000.
This came out in 2000? Oh my God.
Yeah. Hopeless. The story is a 2-minute essay in the beginning in a galaxy far, far away. Even when I was in year 4, I can think of a better story than this hopeless show.
Not a fan of reading. Okay.
I'd prefer other shows and movies like Star Trek or Babylon 5. Star Wars is so hopeless, I like Lost in Space better.
Wait, so this review was written in 2000. So that means was he talking about Lost in Space, the TV show, or the 1997 epic with
Matthew
Matthew LeBlanc?
I think he must be talking about the TV show, right?
Gary Oldman is Dr. Smith.
Oh my God. This is incredible.
That's a really good
boring.
I love the part where he says, it could have told how the rebels and empire started. Disagreement? Politics? Well, actually, it started with trade disputes. Yeah. And then a bunch of bankers, and then yada, 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 Chief Palpatine, yada, 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 Force Lightning, I'm the Senate. I love democracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
So boring, I don't even remember what happened. It was like someone dragging me through a pit of sand for 5 hours.
What?
I fucking love that review, and I hate you because I even called dibs on that review.
You didn't specify which one. You said
I even said the name of the guy.
Hey, you can have the Screen Rant one though.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
Like being dragged through sand.
It's so good.
That is true. I took your sand one. You love dirt. I'm sorry.
He does. I hate
dirt.
Sand.
Oh, it's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
When I first saw Star Wars, I find it great. Really, I was 11. It's amazing how 40-year-old people can enjoy Star Wars. Why? What this movie has it for you to enjoy it so much after you have pubic hair. Maybe it's just like those things you like because it reminds you of your childhood. No more than that. I'm rating it 1 because it is a great movie for children, not everyone. So, with all those people rating 10, I'm giving some balance. It has the classic bad guy, quote, I want to take over the universe, quote, unquote.
That classic thing?
I need to save the universe, and robots and laser guns. Rent it for your kids, but don't tell me it's a classic for adults.
This one's titled The Death of American Cinema.
Oh my God.
A McDonald's meal of a movie. All fat, sugar, salt, and caffeine. Supersized with whiz-bang special effects. Tastes great while you're eating it, but short on nourishment. They did well enough at this junk food and squeeze away pretty much everything good off the menu. This pick is just mediocre, but the trends it started have been horrid. Cornball plotting, dialogue is one thing, but simple-minded good versus evil masquerading as some sort of authentic spirituality is vomit-inducing. The sequel, with its Freudian undertones, has some real conflict and character development and is actually a pretty good popcorn movie, but the original may be the most overrated movie of all time.
Freudian overtone.
Luke and Leia. Banging his sis.
Oh, I thought it was Luke and Darth Vader banging each other.
They're not banging. They're just going...
Oh, yikes.
That's insane. All right, this one's great because this one gets it dead nuts perfect on 2 movies.
Okay. All right.
Remember, this came out in 1998, okay? December 98. It was this review.
This is the review. Okay. Gotcha.
Usually, I love mindless action movies. Usually, I'm all for senseless violence in films. And usually, I like little furry creatures. But here's what I hate. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars! This is the silly, hugely overrated, egotistical, boring, contrived, joyless, cheap, and morally bankrupt piece of garbage.
Morally bankrupt.
That's right. There is simply nothing entertaining about this movie or any of the trilogy. The acting is silly and self-indulgent. The story is a very tired hairball hacked up from the throats of who knows how many fairy tales. Save the princess, save the universe, etc. I wouldn't be so vehement if it weren't for the fact that Star Wars is so popular and it's everyone's favorite. And people say Titanic is overrated? Hello. People aren't going to be jumping up and down over Titanic 20 years from now. People are still screaming about Star Wars, but this film trilogy is anything but something that could be considered a classic. Lucas is not a genius. Darth Vader is a candy A star villain. And gentle reader, Luke Skywalker is a putz.
Caleb. And hats off to the very 90s. Hello!
Oh my God.
No, they're not going to be talking about Titanic 20 years later. Well,
Like, as if.
well, I got bad news for you. Titanic is a fantastic movie.
I think we talked about Titanic on the other podcast recently because we were talking about how it was a 2-tape movie and Lauren never watches past the first tape.
So forever she thought it ended with the sex scene?
No, she knew, but she would just be like, you know what, that's a good point to end.
That's fine. All up, no down. There's no.
Yeah, no down or dying.
She likes watching a poor boy get a ticket on a ship and have sex with a nice rich girl.
That sounds like a great hour-and-a-half movie.
It's good to know that science fiction in the cinema has caught up to where Edmund Hamilton was in 1939.
What? Yeah, good to know.
I really have nothing but contempt for the Star Wars franchise. They threw an A, but budget an F material and created a juvenile hit which lowered the bar for science fiction in cinema, aborting the prior 2001 trend upward in story qualities and thus depriving us of who knows how many good science fiction movies. These days, they reach back science fiction classics like Highlands, The Puppet Masters, or Starship Troopers and trash them to the point where little to more the title remains. This is not generally a movie for the fan of adult level written science fiction. You'll need to look elsewhere for what a movie which is.
Well, okay. I have a little bit of some curveball here. I found an article online, it's from Screen Rant, that basically is a couple of particularly good excerpts from critics in the 1970s when New Hope first came out. This first one is Pauline Kael with The New Yorker. It's enjoyable on its own terms, but it's exhausting too. Like taking a pack of kids to the circus. An hour into it, children say that they're ready to see it again. That's because it is an assemblage of spare parts. It has no emotional grip. Star Wars may be the only movie in which the first time around, the surprises are reassuring. It's an epic without a dream.
You said her name was Pauline?
Pauline.
See, this is why women were not allowed to go to the movies.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. If you want to complain about that remark,
Oh my God.
you can text Larry at 864
Wait, no. Don't.
I only gave out one digit. Now they got to find the rest.
You believe that shit? I get enough robocalls as it is.
Are you mad, Larry?
I'm a little bit.
Because I'm about to make you way madder.
Oh, what you got?
This one, I feel like this one's written just for you.
Oh
Again, May 1999.
Oh.
I liked this movie when it first came out. As a teenager, I saw it about 7 or 8 times. There was nothing else to do on weekends. About 20 years went by. He put that in there. About 20 years went by before I saw it again on cable. How time dulls the memory. Star Wars, in quotations, now has an odd, nauseating effect on me. The 70s haircuts, laughable costumes, cheesy dialogue, fake visual effects, corny music, uninteresting soap opera plot. I could go on and on. I sat there before the flickering screen, enveloped in Star Wars, suffocating stupidity, wondering how in the hell I could ever have liked this thing. I finally came to my senses and turned the channel after hearing John Williams' irritating Darth Vader theme for the 600th time in the first 40 minutes. Why George Lucas decided we needed to hear this high-volume musical cue every time we see Darth Vader on screen is beyond me. Maybe he just thinks his audience is extremely stupid and is incapable of remembering that Darth Vader is supposed to be evil.
It's called a leitmotif, you fucking douche.
It would be easy to dismiss this movie as nothing but fluff to entertain kids, but unfortunately for many people, this thing has become their religion. Folks, get a life before it's too late. It's just a movie.
Leitmotif. And so that we
Corny music. The guy's won 30 Oscars.
John Williams, that hack. He's only done every movie you loved. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, man.
My God.
All right. Overrated, boring, childish nonsense. This is one of the worst films I've ever seen, and I've seen thousands. If I could give it no stars, I would. It's just a child's fairy tale set in outer space. I can't understand how any adult can like this boring drivel, let alone how many millions claim that it's the best film ever. I watch better films than this every week. This isn't even one of the better sci-fi films. Starship Troopers, The Terminator, Terminator 2 are much better.
Starship Troopers.
That's two Starship Troopers.
Which I really do like Starship Troopers.
Okay, sure, it's a fun movie.
But it is not.
You like it because it's
different.
goofy and different.
You
and
like it because it has titties.
Got me. Yep, it's the co-ed shower scene. You got me. That's what gets me every time. I'm
honestly,
like, oh, wow.
No, honestly, I have never seen Starship Troopers all the way through. But when I was in sixth grade when it came out, that's exactly what everyone in the locker room was like, dude, you see Starship Troopers? I'm like, no, why?
Because the guys shower with the girls. But you see no penises in it. I'm just saying. That's not fair.
Oh, well, that's not fair. No,
That's
exactly.
not fair.
I do like a nice dick and balls.
Yeah. In fact, the next one star reviews is Watchmen. No, I'm just kidding. Much Ado About Nothing. Hype personified this film is little more than a routine cowboy film set in space. Good versus evil at the most banal and simplistic level imaginable. The performances are bland and uninspiring throughout. It's short of its present day Hollywood doing what Hollywood does best. Hype. Not worthy of inclusion in a top 1 million.
He's weird when it came out, right? He's just like, it just doesn't stand up against action movies of the 90s? Is that what he's basically saying?
This review's in 2003.
Okay. Interesting.
I think this
At a time when Terminator 3 had just come out.
Ugh. Was that the year that like every movie
2003 is also when Revenge of the Sith came out.
But 2003 was also the year where like every franchise trilogy came out. I think like that was like a weird year where like a bunch of movies had a bunch of sequels that didn't really need sequels.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right, because the Matrix movies, the first one was like 98, 99-ish, and then I guess the other two would have come out like, yeah, about then. Yeah, that's true.
It was a weird time in the early 2000s.
Here's another professional critic from the 70s, from the very ironically named newspaper, The New Republic, Mr. Stanley Kaufman. The only way that Star Wars could have been interesting was through its visual imagination and special effects. Both are unexceptional. This is written in the 70s, mind you.
He's saying the FX are...
Yeah, in the 70s. Both are unexceptional. I kept looking for an edge to peer around the corny, solemn comic book strophes. He was facing them frontally and full. This picture was made for those, particularly males, who carry a portable shrine within them of their adolescence, a chalice of a self that was better then, before the world's affairs, in any complex way, sex intruded.
Wow.
See, this is why men weren't allowed to go see movies.
My own farts.
If you are offended by that man joke, you can write to Larry Simonson and text him at 864-3.
Oh no, stop it. I do not like this joke.
That's one number, folks.
Hey, I got a good one. When I'm done, I want you to tell me what you think this reviewer's favorite movie was. Just based on context.
This is going to be fun. I can already tell.
Wait, is it something we've already named already?
No, but that would be funny. It was written in July of 2001. I don't know why everyone loves this stupid movie just for kids, and why, in God's name, is in the first place of action movies and science fiction movies. First of all, a good action movie just can't be rated as PG. And come on, this is the new millennium. Now, I'm sorry.
What?
He goes, and come on, this is the new millennium, which is hilarious.
Hello? As if.
Now, the science fiction is not just sable lasers, laser guns, and all that crap, which has the word laser on it. Today, a good science fiction movie has a good plot, parentheses, The Matrix, good acting, The Matrix, and something that everyone is related with. Please, just watch The Matrix. I think everyone likes just because it was great in 1977, just because it has great special effects, and it really depended on them for its success. Now, if you want to see a good sci-fi action movie, watch The Matrix.
Wait. What's his favorite movie?
Starship Troopers. When did the Matrix come out?
Oh my god.
98?
Yeah, 98, 99.
Oh, okay. Because I figured this guy
2000.
I figured this guy like walked out of the Matrix and was like, "That's the best movie I've ever seen. I'm gonna shit on every movie."
Mom, I need to buy a black coat.
And like Star Wars was in the 70s, I think a lot of people did feel that way about The Matrix in the 90s, of like, holy shit, that movie was not anything I'd ever seen.
Oh yeah, like that was my mind is blown.
Holds up pretty well, honestly.
Yes, some of the special effects are like, yeah. But you just have to you have to put yourself in the mind space of like that they were doing this on like a Mac 90 or a Windows 97.
Some of it holds up extremely well.
I forget. You guys watch The Office or no?
Yeah.
So
you going to talk about that scene that they?
So The Office
recently?
just got released from Netflix. That was like long ass contract, and now it went to Peacock, ABC's newest streaming station. They just released that. They have exclusive footage of like behind the scenes stuff never released, and exclusive never before seen prank where Jim and Pam set up this epic Matrix prank on Dwight when Dwight takes over the regional branch in like season 8 or something like that. And it starts off with like this black cat roaming in front of Dwight's office.
They do like a
and then there's like a dude,
a glitch in the Matrix.
There's like a dude who has like a twin in the warehouse. And he's like, he never knew he had a twin, so I hired him for the day to just like fuck with Dwight. And then like Dwight has like the green screen come up on his screen, tells him to come to the warehouse. So it's Hank, the security guard, and he's like, hello, I am Dorpheus. And it's like Morpheus' brother. Like they're playing it so hammy, and he does the whole routine: red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, he takes the red pill. He's like, no, I like my life.
Oh, the blue pill. You mean?
Or the blue.
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting married to love of my blue pill, love of my life. I make blah 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 money. I own this building. Like, why would I leave it? And then like Hank's like, oh, I did not expect that.
No, hold on. The blue pill is the one that you take in order to get out of the Matrix.
No,
red pill's out. Blue
and
pill's
that's why MAGA folks talk about the red pill. Like, see the truth.
And so it ends with him screaming like, oh, I did not expect that. I hope that pill is safe to take. And then Jim looks at the camera like, I hired 30 people for this. And like runs to go save the day. And then it just ends. I'm like, how was that cut? That's so great. Anyway, gimmicks, and more gimmicks. If this were a rating technical achievement, Star Wars would rank, quote, Star Wars, quote, would rank very high with the state-of-the-art animation and groundbreaking visual imagery, but a lack of any discernible character development, let alone acting, leaves any ice-cold dissatisfaction. Indeed, the only character with an ounce of, quote, humanity, quote, is the robot. It's a shame that today's younger generation is being shortchanged by the shallowness of our entertainment offerings. By robot, he means RG, right?
Okay.
But R2 likes to stick his dick in anything, like we've talked about.
That's true. He likes to. He's just sticking his wand at. Oh no, we talked about that on the other podcast. Oh, you're crossing over. Here's one from 2016. The title of this is A Logical Fairy Tale Story Disguised Under Science Label. And somebody's very annoyed about this. Warning: spoilers. As an adult working in science academia, I cannot bear, B-A-R-E, science fictions, but I try. I have faith that there must be some good science fiction movies. I forced myself to watch this movie, and I could not imagine how any adult would be able to keep their attention on it. The story is so predictable and shallow. Spoiler, there is no twist, no smart plot, just a typical Disney fairy tale plot. Princess kidnapped by bad guys. Good guys tried to rescue the princess. Bad guys were totally ridiculously inefficient. Good guy won, regardless of how outnumbered they were. Main characters also had psychic power. Please, what kind of fake science story is that? End spoiler. By the way, the vision of what future technology could be, as given in this film, is not even reasonable. For example, with all the advancement, plus the psychic power, they have people still fighting with, guess what? Fancy swords. Really? How imaginative. I laugh out loud every time I see a scene of a laser sword fight. You've got to be kidding me.
Fancy swords? I think you mean lightsabers, you enormous jerk.
Also, it literally, apparently for a guy in science academia, an adult working in science academia, he cannot fucking read because the very first thing in the movie says a long time ago.
That's right.
In a galaxy far, far away.
After that 2-paragraph soliloquy there,
Yeah.
I've got one that's short and sweet. Mm-hmm. Whoever made this movie is a dumb idiot that makes bad movies. I hate space.
Hey, that's mine.
Can that argue?
I mean, having watched the prequels, there's some truth to what he said.
I mean,
George Lucas might be a dumb idiot.
he's very smart in some ways and very dumb in others.
Pathetic. While it did spawn a nifty couple of sequels, the original Star Wars sucked. The rebels, so willing to die for a cause, seem awful selfish in not wanting to sacrifice themselves to save others. How many ships did Vader blow up while in the narrow tunnels? He'd pick off groups of 3 at a time, and each one would sit there and say, "Oh no, he's locking on, I'm being killed." None of them seemed to be willing to slam onto the brakes and smash themselves into Vader's ship, killing the villain and saving the day in one move. Give me a break. Apparently this guy thinks Star Wars is Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I live my Death Star a quarter mile at a time.
Quarter mile. Luke, be my family.
This one, I'm not gonna read this whole one because it is very long and it is quite the rant. However, I am going to go ahead and read parts of it because it is a very unique perspective. I am so sick of folks who think they're sophisticated film critics castigating Lucas for A, writing poor dialogue in the prequels, and B, relying too much on CGI. This movie is a huge letdown. What do we have? 1, no Jar Jar Binks, but a man in an ape suit named Chewbacca. 2, instead of a whiny Anakin, we've got a whiny Luke. I was going into Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. 3, special effects that were so bad they had to be cleaned up in 1997. These sophisticated reviewers claim Lucas can't write dialogue. Is that why this film contains so many quotables? Not the least of which is "May the Force be with you." These people who condemn the prequels are disingenuous. Do you honestly believe that they had rather Lucas never revisited his masterpiece? Please. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. The prequels are very good. Blah, blah, blah,
That's
blah,
right.
blah, blah,
They
blah,
are.
blah,
They're fantastic, wonderful movies with no problems at all.
When I watch the prequels, I am vastly entertained. Now, I watch the originals and feel that they are nothing but cheap, late 70s, early 80s crap that could have been better presented in the first place. In the first analysis, stop with the moaning and enjoy the whole thing as a fun diversion. I know that will be difficult for a nerd who thinks he or she could have done better when all he or she could have accomplished with the prequels, where it left up to him or her, would have been a carbon copy of the original trilogy with perhaps better dialogue. But that is what Lucas has given us, and it's good enough for me. Too bad Star Wars doesn't live up to the hype set by its 3 predecessors.
What?
Huh?
What? That is a boiling hot take. The prequels, fantastic. OT, poop.
Fuck it. Terrible.
May the Force be with you. Totally not quotable.
Not a quotable thing.
Oh my.
No.
Oh, wow.
Sigh. I'm just sick to see the Star Wars is in the top 10. It's not, quote, a fun movie. It's nothing great or outstanding. How can people like this movie where we're supposed to be afraid of some random guy in a black mask? This movie is not even close to the hype it receives. This movie may deserve a top 250 spot, but it would be in a very low one. I think that the only movies deserving a spot in the top 10 should be deep or thought-provoking ones, not movies that love lightsabers. The only movie worth number 1 spot is American Beauty.
Wow.
What? American Beauty? Not Starship Troopers?
No, I mean...
Or The Matrix?
It does, Star Troopers doesn't have Kevin Spacey wanking in the shower, so yeah, American Beauty is number 1.
You have never seen the whole movie. You missed that part.
Kevin Spacey's wanking in Starship Troopers?
I mean... What? Actually, he's every single bug you see. Every single bug was modeled after Kevin Spacey.
Oh, man.
So B-movie Western. This part's kind of offensive, I guess. I like the midgets in the silver and gold plastic.
He's like, ooh, R2-D2 and C-3PO? Yes, sir, more of that.
But I didn't think they had plastic suits in the 19th century.
Wait, what?
The funny-looking Indians were amusing sometimes, but why was the epidemic that gave them all such bad complexions never explained? I think he's talking about the Jawas? The big cavalry fort on the Black Mountain looked kind of weird.
This is definitely a joke.
And the general in the black outfit, I take it he had asthma? Well, I confess I didn't find him very scary, but I'll admit the deeply spiritual nature of the character. Yes, this is one of the most profoundly religious of all cowboy movies. But I'm not sure I want religion from a cowboy movie. Oh, the hero is such a wuss. I've heard more tolerable whining from neighbors Gomer Pyle, who would have been perfect in the Harrison Ford role. No, I'd have to say this is one of the more disappointing sagebrush epics ever filmed. What? It's not a Western? It's science fiction? You gotta be joking. In that case, give it a zilch and get rid of it.
Okay, got us. Great. was because it spawned computer games. While browsing through the reviews on this, I found, not one, but several, that said that the reason this movie was so great was because it spawned endless series of computer games. Right. Now that's really a reason to see a movie. The computer games. Look, this is a piece of space junk that got jettisoned from the storyboards at the Old Republic Studios. I mean, Whitney and Ford wouldn't have touched this shit. And why not? Because it ain't fun. Pseudo-religions are not amusing, no matter how well dressed up, and this film wasn't even all that well made for its day. It was really outdated when it first came out. Look, go play all the computer games you want, but spare yourself the agony of having to sit through this pretentious exercise in boredom.
Wow. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that that pseudo-religions are actually quite amusing, especially when you dress them up.
wow. Hold on.
Oh.
This one is making me angry.
Oh.
And he shits on two classics at once.
We'll end it on this one.
All right. For Immature Minds Only is the title.
Uh-huh. You got me.
After wanting to see this for nearly 2 decades, I finally got around to watching it. Pathetic. First off, I actually did feel excited during the yellow bordered title sequence. We all do. I mean, the theme music kicked in and I thought it was really in for something special. My God, was I wrong.
John Williams bringing it in.
This film is unwatchable. Here's where I get mad.
Okay.
We have this tin can going around beeping every friggin' 2 seconds. Easily the most annoying thing I've ever had to endure since seeing Julie Andrews, a grown woman by the way, actually skipping while singing a song about confidence in the sound of music.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Then the dialogue sets in and let me tell you, I've never in my life heard anything so juvenile. Like, I can't even revert my brain back far enough to an age where this dialogue would seem even remotely interesting, fantastic, or fun. The whole movie, script, costume, story is just one tacky, immature mess that absolutely stunned me in its awfulness, and I'm being completely serious. Turkey out of 5. Recommended for fans of Sesame Street, bandwagons, and all things overrated.
Oh, I like all of those things. Also,
Shitting on the sound of music?
clearly he's never seen Black Cauldron and Gurgi if he actually thinks R2-D2 is the most annoying short character in any movie he's ever seen.
I mean, to shit on R2-D2, who is, by the way, the true hero of the Star Wars saga.
He's the witness.
Saves the day within the first 20 minutes of every movie.
What's the over-under on
How many times I killed this guy? 3.
James Bond sleeping with James Bond women, or R2-D2 unlocking doors with his dick?
What do you mean, what's the over-under of 3?
I take R2-D2 unlocking more doors than Bond's bang Bond girls.
I've never counted it, so
I'm including the series.
I mean, if you're including like
Clone Wars, he does one every day.
Does it literally all the time. Literally all the time. I guess now's a good time to say our personal. We all have personal bias. We all like Star Wars, right? So
Yes.
All right.
these reviews are.
I give like a 7 out of 10.
I didn't read one of these reviews, but it was a 1 star.
Mm-hmm.
But then his whole rating was just him rating different things, and it was like his title was 8.7 out of 10, and then he was like special effects 8, costumes 9. And I was like, this guy just doesn't understand.
I don't think he understands how this works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I want attention.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars. What's your favorite Star Wars?
Oh man, that's a tough one because it really depends on the day and my mood, but. I will say that like New Hope is like the one that sets everything up, right? Mm-hmm. So it is like the boilerplate that establishes everything. I will say it's probably not my favorite one, but I respect the hell out of it.
It's probably the only one that's a complete movie, beginning, middle, end.
Sure.
You don't need any of the others to see.
There's no sequel baiting. There's no setup really.
A New Hope is my favorite movie ever made. Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Not even American Beauty makes that top 10?
No. Starship Troopers is close.
You guys ever start the first tape for Starship Troopers and then never finish the second tape?
Oh, there's a guy that like bangs a girl in the car, right? Yeah.
Well, you just get as far as him finally hooking up with the girl from high school from Dizzy, and then like you don't see her die. Spoiler alert for Starship Troopers.
The movie that came out in like 2000?
Right. Oh, a while ago.
No, it was like 95, 96.
The book was written in the 60s.
Last question for the episode. Better cut, the remakes in 2001 or the original cuts?
Original cuts.
OT, baby.
There are some things that are nice.
Larry, I feel like
They
your
added.
dad has them at his house.
Yeah, we have the box set.
Knew it.
Of the originals. Like the little three.
Originals.
Yeah.
Because they're probably worth some money.
Yeah, those are your inheritance. Along with the wood van.
Fortunately, they're tapes, so I don't know that they are actually worth a whole lot because they are like we watch the hell out of them. There's
Right, so
probably
they're
some
probably
degradation.
destroyed,
They're not destroyed, but they're like,
Yeah,
if I were to watch them, I bet I would notice a lot of audio shit.
Yeah.
because the stuff is coming off the track.
Tracking over different scenes.
Greg
and stuff.
Simonson, if you ever listen to this podcast with your
never
son,
will.
Never.
Larry Simonson, please do not get rid of those tapes. Make sure that is in the will for Larry along with the wood van.
All right.
Well, see you later.
Well,
And the 3 China cabinets.
Ooh. What is your least favorite thing they added to New Hope in the recut in the 90s?
That weird singing girl in.
Well,
That's Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, it's Return. Yeah.
The effects of like the new animals in the Tatooine scene were kind of like cool at the time, but it was like they didn't hold up very well.
Yeah.
Greedo. And it's Greedo.
Oh, Greedo. Yeah.
Han shot only. Greedo didn't even shoot. Han shot only.
Yeah, my least favorite is when they're driving into Mos Eisley and it's just like shitty looking.
Yeah.
So bad CGI.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold up at all. Favorite one would be the Han Solo like chase scene in the Death Star when he's like chasing a couple of stormtroopers and they get kind of surprised. So they're like, oh shit, and they start running away.
Yeah.
And then they like get backed into a corner and like in the original scene, it's just like they just hit a dead end and they turn around and they're like, wait, what the fuck are we doing? And they just start, and it's like, but it's only like 3 guys.
Yep.
And they start shooting at him, and then he runs away. And they added in like it's actually not a dead end; it's like a whole.
A door, right?
No, it's like a hangar bay full of 40 stormtroopers, and they're like, oh shit.
Oh wait, you know what? No, I do know what my most hated and my favorite. My most hated is the Jabba scene. Not needed at all.
Oh yeah, the whole Jabba scene
so
where
bad.
he literally repeats lines that he just had with Greedo.
Yes.
And he's like small. Why is he small? Because like in Return, he's like ginormous. But like he's walking next to Han, and he's like a little shorter than him, I think, if I remember correctly.
It's like a 3-year period between, so I guess he puts on some weight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's what happened to
Lockdown.
what's
Corona.
what's his assistant's name at the end of Mandalorian? He got really fat too. I mean, it can happen.
Bib Fortuna?
Yeah, Bib Fortuna. Yeah, I mean, he got really fat in a couple of years. Just saying, that could happen in Java.
I mean, the real answer is that
CG was bad
the original scene, like they shot a scene originally in the 70s, and it was just a guy.
in a mocap that wasn't big enough.
Have you ever seen the original scene?
Yeah,
He's got like
it's
a full
weird.
like Scottish accent.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. But
He's wearing like that big
but
robe
he's
kind of
so
coat.
much. He's so much shorter than Han.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah,
much shorter
clearly.
than Harrison Ford, and that's why. It's because they just painted over that guy.
Yeah,
You know, the scene you're talking about, the scene you hated where they're coming into Mos Eisley on the speeder.
On the speeder.
You know how he did that in the original? Like, because it was just a car with wheels. He put Vaseline on the lens.
And it,
so
honestly,
it like
doesn't
blurred
look-
it out.
It
and
didn't look terrible.
No, it looked cool because it looked like you were getting shimmer from like some sort of repulsor lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Looked fine.
and favorite news effect was the extra ring in
yeah.
the Death Star explosion. Because I've ever seen that as a kid in the commercial. I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's got a shockwave. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense, but it does look cool.
Yes, along with the millions of deaths on that Death Star.
Oh, they also added in a bunch of X-wings too. I suppose that looked okay.
Folks, subscribe, listen to us wherever you're listening to, on Apple, on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Echo, whatever you're listening to. Give us a review and give us a subscribe. Help us out as we do more episodes for you. This has been a tribute to A New Hope. This has been Andrew Van, Larry Simonson, Caleb Wesman as he looks at a coin. Nope, that's a bottle cap. He's going to drink some more. All right.